Hello everybody. It is Sharon Wilson, Stampin' with Sharon, here with you today. I hope you are going well. It is the 23rd of December. Can you believe Christmas is only 2 sleeps away? That is crazy, crazy time. Crazy talk. Can't believe this year has gone so very quickly. Today, you'll notice I haven't actually even got my backdrop today. I've just decided that I'm just going to go a bit more Christmassy. You've got the Christmas in the background, the Christmas tree in the background, and I'm going to be doing some Christmas packaging. I've already started prepping. You can probably hear some of the rustling of papers right now. I'm actually doing some folding and burnishing at the moment while I chat, because I didn't want to make it a too long a video, but I wanted to show you a few projects today, because yeah, Christmas only 2 sleeps away, so you're probably going, I haven't got any packaging, or I haven't got this for these gifts and stuff. So I thought I would show you a couple of really quick, easy projects to make that you can do with your designer series paper, so that you can actually use some of that paper up, and also yeah, make things a bit pretty underneath the Christmas tree. So I'm just I found a couple of stacked boxes from poodles.co.uk, her YouTube channel, Sam Hammond. She's obviously in the UK, and so yeah, I've just grabbed a couple of her designs and thought I would make them with current products, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's they're older videos, and so revisit them for Christmas. And yeah, I'm just going to basically show you, I'm not going to do decorations or anything like that. I'm just going to show you how to yeah, create the boxes and put them together all in one video, 2 different stacks of boxes, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other or one or two other things that we can make as well. And so yeah, I'm just having a quick assembling of things. So if you're watching, make sure you say hello. I always like to know if you're watching. And if you're watching on YouTube after I actually upload this to YouTube, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stuff as well. You can also subscribe to my Facebook page, stampinwithsharon.com.au. Oh, sorry, Stampin' with Sharon on Facebook. Also, stampinwithsharon.com.au is my blog, so you can always subscribe to me. I always like to see who's watching and stuff like that. So I'm just assembling a couple of little boxes just to save a bit of time and stuff. So yeah, it's been a bit of a week. The girls are on holidays this week, so that's good. So it's been a bit quieter for getting people out the door. But my husband's been working pretty much non-stop, and today's our last work day before we take a bit of a break for the 2 weeks of the holidays, which are the 2 weeks over Christmas and New Year. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think he's looking forward to that, that's for sure. So that will be good. Yeah, so let me know what you're doing today, what you're doing for Christmas. And I'm hoping that this box will actually work and fit well, because that way I've got my measurements correct, and that's always helpful. So I'm going to do 2 stacks of 3 boxes to show. I'm going to show you them. So I'm just going to assemble 2 really quickly while I'm chatting. What else has happened this week? Oh, my eldest daughter had her formal last Friday night, and she looked gorgeous, as she does. And then she's been working with my husband a couple of days this week as well to earn a bit of money. And then I've just been entertaining my youngest at home as well. So I'm going to flip over down to my desk in a second. But if you're watching, say hello. Let me know what you're doing. So I'm using up some designer series paper that is on the last chance products list. It's the gnome paper, because I think you all know by now that I love my gnomes, the storybook gnomes paper. It is pretty gorgeous, pretty cute. So if you haven't got any of that, grab that while you can. It is heavily discounted, so you do want to grab that while you can. And all of the mini catalogue that's actually coming out in January, most of anyone who's shopped with me over the last 12 months should have actually It should be in the mail for you now. But that goes live on the 5th of January. So we've got until the 4th of January to shop on the last chance products list. And then that's it. So then everything's retired. Well, lots of things are retired. So you want to grab those things before they go. All right, so I've got things in various stages of making. And I've got glue on the bottom of that box. All right, so let me show you what we're going to do. Just move a couple of things to the side. And let's go overhead camera. There we are. Okay, so these are the boxes we're going to make. So I'm going to do a stack of 3 square boxes. So I can give you the measurements. But as I said, originally, I got this from Poodles. If you know Sam Hammond from the UK, poodles.co.uk is her website. And I think it's Poodles Papercraft, I think, on YouTube. So you can, if you actually search for stacked boxes, there's 3 videos that come up for her. But these are the boxes I've got. So they're just, these ones are square boxes. And then I've got these rectangular boxes. So you can put some chocolates and stuff in there. So you could use that as a bit of a little table decoration for Christmas Day. You can put little gifts in there. So, and you can make the boxes taller or shorter. You can make them different sizes. So it's just a matter of working out your measurements as you go. So let me show you how to do it. I'm going to, I haven't scored these ones. There we go. So the measurements I've got the square and the rectangle. So the square boxes, we start with, if you want to do the big box, it's 12 inches by 12 inches. And then the lid is actually 9 by 9 inches. The second box, the middle box, is 11 by 11 inches, and then the top is 8 by 8. And then the base of the third box is 10 inches by 10 inches, and the top is 7 by 7 inches. And then they're all scored the exact same way. They're all scored, the bases are all scored at 3 inches on all 4 sides. So I'll bring my scoreboard in, I'll show you. So this is the 10 inch by 10 inch box. So this is the smaller of the 3 that I'm doing for square. And don't raise your head because with the lid it's ever slightly different. You need to sort of pull it out from the side. So the base of the box, this is the 10 inch by 10 inch. We're scoring at 3 inches on all 4 sides. So that's the bottom base of the box. And then for the lid, it's actually 7 inches by 7 inches. And we're actually just going to shuffle it out a tiny bit from the edge of the scoreboard, just a smidge. And we're scoring this at 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. So you put it into the corner, move it out slightly, score at 1.5. Okay, into the corner, move it out slightly, 1.5. Into the corner, move it out slightly, and 1.5 inches. And so that's what you've got. So I'm going to make up the 2 square boxes now. So you just want to chop. And what I do is I actually work my way around the box for these. So I'm going to chop it there where the score line is up to the other score line. And I'm just going to miter it on both sides. And then I just rotate around. And I do the same all the way around. And it's just making sure you know where the score lines are. So you can actually fold these and burnish them. But I tend to burnish them at the end, like after I've trimmed them. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know, maybe I should actually fold them before I start chopping, because then I can see the score lines better. But I don't know, I think I don't tend to do that. With the cardboard, the base, it's a bit easier. So this card base was actually 12 by 12. I think it's just stuff I had in my stash. So just get a coordinating colour if you don't, if Stampin' Up! Don't sell it. They usually sell the packs of 12 by 12. I just can't recall off the top of my head. They did sell 12 by 12 black at one stage, and white. But you could use the cardboard from the backing paper from these packs of Designer Series paper as well as your base, and then you just cover it up with pattern paper. So you could do that too. Okay, so then I didn't chop these ones. These are the other ones. This is the, which one's this one? This is, I think this might be the big one. Oh, I can't remember. And just work your way around the edges. I miscut that one. And so I've just found 3 different patterns that I liked that I thought would work well together. And I just chose sort of Christmassy ones that work well. So that's those ones, and then the last card base, oh sorry, box base. So the other boxes, the rectangular boxes, you can actually make out of the A4 cardstock, which is really good. This one does use up a lot of Designer Series paper, and that can be really good because you want to use up that pretty paper that you've got. You don't want to just keep hoarding it. I know it's pretty and it looks nice on the shelf, and you always want to look at it, but you know, let's just use it. As Kylie Bertucci says, love it, shop it. So let's just use it up. All right, so I'm just going to go around and burnish all of these sides. And hopefully we can assemble these pretty quickly for you. Yep, there is. With a Designer Series paper, you don't want to score it too firmly because sometimes you can actually rip it if you do it too hard. Now, if you've got things that are fairly light, excuse me, you could actually use the Designer Series paper as your as the base of your box. Oops. Alright, so the next thing is some glue. So I just go around and just put some Tombow, the liquid glue, on the edges. I'm a bit rough and ready when it comes to the glue because I know it will hold it. And so then you just match up the edges like that. And just keep working your way around the box. That's the lid. And so for these boxes, you could also use them if you're giving gift cards and things to family or friends and whatever. You could actually use these as your gift card holder, because you could just put some little chocolates in there as well, along with the gift card. So that, yeah, you've got your gift card and then you've got some chocolates as well. I think that's a nice little gift. And so then you've got your box lid, just like that, and it fits beautifully because we've actually just sort of moved it out slightly from the edge of the scoreboard. It means it sort of gives that extra little gap to fit onto your box, base. If you didn't do that, it's gonna squash in the sides of the base. So you want to make sure that you do just shuffle it out ever so slightly. Just gives it that little smidge. You could always make your designer series paper slightly bigger, but then you've got to work that out, and it's easier just having simple measurements and just shuffle it out. All right, large box base, and I'll get the 3 of them out to show you the differences in size. Here's that one. So once you get on a roll of making these, it's pretty quick to assemble, especially if you do all of the scoring at once and then the cutting at once and then the gluing at once. It just gets done pretty quick. And when you stack them, like if you've got a few gifts and you stack them all together, they look really pretty. This one, whoops, this was probably a tiny bit tighter than it should have been. There we go. There we go. So that's the large box. And then you've got the medium, and then you've got the smaller box. So it's a really cute stack of boxes, and if you stack them up and you put a little ribbon around all 3 of them, you could see how beautiful that would be, all stacked up together. So yeah, I hope you like them. I'm going to show you the rectangular versions now. So just move them to the side. So this is the rectangular one. Now this one was, I think this might have been the smallest one. I think I did the smallest one. Maybe not. I can't recall. So I've got the largest one all scored, ready to go. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the smallest one. So the measurements for these, so the largest box base is 10 inches by 8 inches. I'm only working in inches. I'm not going to do the centimetres. So I think hopefully most of you actually know what it is, the inches. So the base is 10 inches by 8 inches, and the lid is 8 by 6. And then the middle version is 9 inches by 7 inches, and then 7 by 5 for the designer series paper. And then the smallest box is 8 inches by 6 inches, and then 6 by 4 inches for the lid. And interestingly, the lids will all come out of one piece of designer series paper. So it's one piece of design series paper, 3 A4 sheets of cardstock, which is pretty cool and handy to know, I think. So I've done the scoring on this box, so I'm just going to show you the scoring on this box. So the base, we're scoring at 2 inches on all 4 sides. So 2 inches on all 4 sides, and then for the lid we're actually scoring at 1 inch. Yep, 1 inch. And so we're going to shuffle it over a bit and then just score. So into the corner, shuffle out, and 1 inch. Into the corner, shuffle out, 1 inch. Into the corner, shuffle out, and 1 inch. And so we do the same again. We go through and, do you know what, I'm going to just fold it, see if it works a bit better. I'm just going to use my fingers though. Okay, let's see if I can just see that a bit better. Tiny bit. Alright, one box down. Let's just keep moving. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I keep losing that. Let's see if it works on the other side. That's sort of there. Ah! My eyes! I can see it at one side, then it changes because it's the light changes. So I don't see the score line as easily. Oh, crumbs. There's going to be a different, some scoring and cutting in different sides. The cardstock is easier to cut. You can see the score lines. Oh, here it is. I think that's where it is. Okay. Let's start burnishing these. Alright, and glue. And because I turned this paper upside down, I'm working a different way to what I normally would work. It's amazing what you get used to with working your way around a box. So I hope you've done all your Christmas shopping. Hope you've got all your Christmas shopping done. If you haven't and you have a crafty person, I can do gift vouchers for you. And I do have some card kits still available. If you have some Christmas cards that you need to get done, I'm pretty sure I have a Christmas card kit. Or gift tags. I've got some gift tag kits available still. I've been using the gift tags for my Christmas presents this year. So they've been easy, and I've just gotten my youngest just to put them together for me. So she's done some stamping and she's got them all ready for me, and then I've just used them all. Which has been very handy. Saved me a bit of time. Oops, I might just do a bit more glue on that one. So the bases were all scored at 2 inches. And then the lids were scored at 1 inch on all 4 sides after you sort of shuffle it out from the edge a tiny bit. And the square boxes that we did, that was all 3 inches and then 1.5 inches. So you're basically doing half the score line on the lid, half the measurement on the lid. So they are your little rectangular boxes that you can use. So they're pretty cute as well. And so you can, I think on Sam's, on Poodle's one, she actually stacked them separately, stacked them more towards the back of the stack. So it sort of looks like that. But you could stack them in the middle. But yeah, it's a cute little project you can do. If you've got a few presents to do, like if you're giving a pair of socks would probably fit in there. Yeah, some chocolates or anything. So yeah, see what you can fit in there. If you're going to make them, yeah, show me the picture that you've got of them. So that's the boxes. So the other one I've got is let me show you. I bought this. It's T2, and it's an advent calendar, but you know, and I know we've got Advent finished, so finishing very soon. But I bought that because it's a sample of different teas and stuff that people can try. And so I need to work out a way of wrapping them. And so I thought, well, I've got some bags floating around at home, some paper bags, because that's obviously the bags I normally make are only about 3 inches wide and they're pretty small and stuff. So it's not going to fit the big box of tea, like the big thing, but these bags will. So I want to decorate the front of these. So if you've got any paper bags around from different things, you can actually decorate the front. And so for this one, I'm actually going to be using A4 cardstock and then chopping down the paper to suit. And so, let me find, I've pulled out, where is it? This one. I've pulled out the Celebrate Everything designer series paper, which is something you can get when you're a host, when you've actually, if you've got an order that's over $250, you can actually get this for free with your hostess benefits. And you've got a whole stack of different papers you can use. There's some Christmassy ones, so I'm going to pull out a couple of Christmassy ones. So I'm going to pull those two out, and I'm going to pull those two out. And I think you get 4 of each pattern in the pack, so you can do quite a few. And so these are the patterns I'm going to use, and I think for the black trees I am just going to use black. I'm just going to use black behind it because I think it does make it stand out a bit more. On the other side it's green, so that's probably not ideal, so sometimes I'll put a bit of a strip along the bottom just to add a bit of extra texture interest a bit of extra interest. So we'll do something, I'm not sure yet. So let's work with this one first, the baubles. So we want to chop this one down because we're working with A4. We're just going to chop it down so it's just 1 centimetre shy of the width and the length. So I'm just going to chop them at the same time. So I'm going to do 20 centimetres. Yes, 20 centimetres by 28. It's 28.7 because that's a centimetre. So just like that. So that should fit quite well on my front, and I could actually make it slightly bigger too, but I like the little border. And so this is fairly simple. You basically glue it down, and so this obviously depends on what size bag you have at home. So you just make it smaller than the bag, and then you just do a bit of a frame around it. So it uses up your designer series paper. I mean, how pretty is that? Oh. It uses up your designer series paper that you've been hoarding, and it also pretties up the bag. So you like, there's not a lot of effort involved, but it looks like you've gone to lots more effort than what it actually took. And so you can do it just on the one side, but I'm going to do it on both sides. Just make sure it's sort of sticking down before I pull it up. I'm just going to put it to the side. I'm going to stick down this one. Now with the bits that I cut off, I could actually use those little strips as just a bit of extra interest on the bag. So we might do that because it actually matches quite well. This one is Sweet Sorbet I'm using. It's one of the in colours. Now, because although we're putting it on the other side of the bag, I think I want to try and match it up as much as I can. And then if you wanted to, you could actually create a card with the leftover paper as well to coordinate. And if I had been nice and organised, I would have done that for you. to show you. But I wasn't. Alright, so you've got the bag, and then if you want to do the other side, you sort of need to fold down this bit. So then you can put it on. You want to try and work out, try and get it sort of similar height to the other side, if you can. So this is a pretty simple project just to brighten up a little bag that you might have lying around from a previous gift that someone gave you that just gave you a plain brown bag. But as paper crafters, we don't like having things that are plain, do we? We want to make sure that it's quite pretty. And so when you open it up, you've got your bag, and where'd I put that? There it is. I can now put my gift right inside, and that's all wrapped up, ready to go. So that was, yeah, so it was obviously a pretty big present. I didn't want to just wrap it up with paper, so I can put some tissue paper, or you can utilise your designer series paper and make shredded paper, which is what I've done before. And you can add some, just a bit of, yeah, just cover it up a bit for the friends and family that you've got that you're giving it to. And so that's your little bag. Morning, Kathy, how are you? I've showed these boxes. I'm not sure if you were watching at the time, but I've shown how to make these little boxes, which are pretty cute and good for packaging. And then I also made these ones. So two lots of boxes. And so then I have the other bag. And again, it's going to be the same because I've got two of those T2 things. So we might make this, we'll do this the same. I think we'll just do it the same. So we're going to just chop it at 20 centimeters because we're just using the A4 cardstock. And then, yes, you'll need to go back and watch because the boxes are pretty cute. They're pretty simple though. They are really simple. These ones, they use 3 pieces of A4 cardstock, and the lids are all just made from one piece of 12 by 12. So you can get the 3 lids from the one designer series paper sheet, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's, rearrange my chair. So we're just going to put this down, stick this one down onto the black. Because I've got quite a few of these brown bags, so it's like I need to use some of them. And I've been able to use some of them up recently, but need to use them all up. And it's a great way to use your designer series paper. It really is. And then whoever you give it to, they can then use it for Christmas as well. They could use it next year, or they could repurpose it. It's always good to repurpose things. Yeah, the DSP is awesome, this one. So many different patterns. Christmas, Halloween, just birthday, just generic. Yeah, it's great. All right, where's my bag? Here's my bag. Here's my other one. Now, I haven't put a strip on it. I'm trying to figure out, do I put a strip on or not? It is very green. Because I could chop that one down and make it a bit I think I might just use the Christmas trees and not worry about the strip. Yeah, I think so. And so you could actually chop the designer series paper down so it's covering most of the bag, but you want to have no, I think I'm just going to leave it as Christmas trees. There is red ribbon and stuff around, but nah, I'm happy with just black and white, I think. So turning it over, you want to do the other side, because you don't really want a naked bag. I think that's about right. Wait for this glue just to set a bit. And then, yeah, you can make a little gift tag with the leftover designer series paper. So you could do a little flip card that they can then open, and you can have your little sentiment inside, or the little card inside. So maybe I should make one of them up. I may change my mind about the green strip because I'm using the inside. So you've got your bag, and so you can put your gift in that one. So if let me see. If I go 6 by 6, let's go 6 by 6. And because I did bring some white cardstock over with me. And so that is, what, 10.5 centimetres. Oh, 10.5 by 3. So let's go 10. Let's go about there. Is that what I did? Yeah, there. So you've got your little Christmas trees. We can put that in there. And I have some real red, and I have my trees for sale stamp set. When you start having a bit of a play, this is what happens. This is what I do. I start playing, and then I go, oh, but I want to just do this, and then I just want to do this. So I also have, I did bring over my framed and festive as well. So I like my Merry Christmas in this one. There's a little block, that one will do. Merry Christmas. Never mind, it's just going to look like it's the tree. Because I didn't bring the granny apple green over. That's okay. Shh! Don't tell them it's not meant to look like that. So then I could actually put that strip on now. because it's actually matching the inside, isn't it? But let's go with... Let's do this one now. And we'll do 6 inches again. And fold it in half. Where'd I put my piece of white? There we go. There it is. So let's try it again without the actual smudge. That's better. And then I'm just going to change it up and go with, if I have, I do, no, not that one, this one. I have my pool party. So I have my Merry Christmas as well. It's a bit crooked. Oh, I stuffed that one too. That's okay. Who's going to know? They'll know it's been handmade, won't they? And that's important. They realise that we've put effort into it. There you go. So you've got your 2 bags. I don't know whether I want to put the strips on or not now. Oh, what do you think? Do I put the strip, because I've got red there as well now. I think I'll leave it. So you've got your bag. You've got your little bag, and you've got your card to match it, and then this one, you've got this bag, and you've got your card to match. So you can just put a little hole in there and attach it with some ribbon, so then you can actually open it up. So that's good. So that's those projects. And then showing you these ones again, I've got my boxes. So the measurements of these were 12-inch by 12-inch base with a 9x9 top, an 11x11 base by an 8x8 top, a 10x10 base by a 7x7 top. And you're scoring at 3 inches on all 4 sides, 1.5 inches on all 4 sides, and the same for the lid and the base as well. So that's them. So you can actually make probably 2 more smaller boxes. You could probably do 9, 8 and 7, but the 7 will probably be a fairly small, thin box. And then these rectangular ones, again, the measurements were 10 by 8 inch, and then 8 by 6, 9 by 7 and 7 by 5, 8 by 6 and 6 by 4. And the bases were scored at 2 inches and the lids were at 1 inch. Obviously shuffle out the lid a bit on both of all the lids. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed these, and I hope I've inspired you, and I hope you're organised for Christmas. Yeah, I hope you're organised for Christmas and ready to celebrate Christmas with friends and family. And for me, I'm a Christian, so I love this time of year because we get to celebrate the birth of Jesus and enjoy the gifts that he's given us as well. So I hope you will enjoy Christmas and have some fun, have a break over Christmas and New Year. Be safe, and I hope I will see you next Friday. Next Friday, I'm going to still go live, but I'm actually going to show you some new products that are coming out on the 5th of January, next month, in the new mini catalogue. It's only a 4-month mini catalogue, so it's January to April. And as I said, most of my customers should actually have the catalogue arriving very soon if it hasn't already. And yeah, I'll be showing you some stuff from the mini catalogue that you'll be able to purchase from the 5th of January. And there's also a great joining special from the 5th of January as well. But any day is a great day to join, any day. But there's just an extra bit of a bonus during celebration. And you also get to earn extra products if you buy during celebration. When you spend $90 or $180, every $90 dollars you spend, you get a gift, a free gift with purchase, which shopping's always a fabulous time to shop when you get a gift with purchase, isn't it? Something for free, yay. But that's all for today. I hope you have a lovely Christmas, and I will see you next Friday. Bye for now.